most exciting thing was seeing the fish and the coral reef and all the different types of fish.
The best part of the trip was actually the boat ride. This is actually my first time on a boat.
The yellow and white brain coral.
It was really good to know, to get to know a lot of information, such as there's different colors of the coral reef as you go deeper.
Yeah, my best part was the kiss on the way home.
Yo!
Oh, God, you got get it. Okay.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, a mother speaks out alleging her son was abused at a school in Bimini. Plus, a missing juvenile on the island of Abaco has been found. And a single voice message causing panic at the pumps in Grand Bahama. We have the details. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, a mother on the island of Bimini is speaking out tonight on the alleged abuse of her 10-year-old son. She claims that an officer on that island was called to the school by the principal, where 8 students were allegedly beaten. But this mother says her son was beaten the worst. In this exclusive with our Aja Kwan, she says the incident has left her son traumatized. She joins us live in studio. Aja, what can you tell us?
Ramiko, the mother of this 10-year-old boy, says it is not the first time this principal has done such a thing, but this time it hit way too close to home. Now she says she is lawyering up, particularly after taking her son to the clinic, where they said the bruises could have ultimately been life-threatening. Now this mother is calling for justice for her child. Posts making its way on Facebook Friday morning about an alleged beating of students at the Bimini Primary School. One post having the same allegations as Taniska Sands, the mother of one of the students who was allegedly beaten at the hands of an officer on Bimini Thursday morning. Sands claims her son was one of 8, but his was the worst, leaving bruise marks on his thighs and posterior.
I called the principal. She didn't answer. I called the teacher, and she was very, okay, he needed it. And the principal called back after I sent her the picture with the bruises. And she called back, and she was the same way, they got spanking because we said numerous times about the situation and nothing changed. So she called the police.
Sands hurriedly went to the police but did not receive the information she was hoping for. She alleges that the police officers at the station in Bimini told her it would have to be an officer of a higher ranking to deal with it. That is when she took her son to the clinic. We went to the clinic and they said it was severe and whatever, to send him to Nassau to get checked. Today was if they could have kidney problems, kidney failures, because the bruises were so severe. They were black and purple. Bruised, he looked like he had a BBL. For me, if I sent him to school like that, they would call social service and the police for me. And he called me telling me he got spanked or beating or nothing. The principal, Ms. Heel, said when he finished, he was like, oh, you got it the worst. Now, Sands says she still hasn't taken her son to the nation's capital for examinations. However, he is still too traumatized to return to school, even though they heard the principal was removed. Being removed, I don't think that helps, because she could go to another school and cause some havoc. This is not her first incident with other children, dealing with them. And I think the teachers, all of them, just about all of them, needs to either counseling, some
classes, because none of them stopped, none of them, and were more turning to the police and the principal for doing it.
And since the incident, Ramiko Sands says that the Member of Parliament for West Grand, Bahama and Bimini, who is also responsible for social services, the Honorable Obi Wilchcombe, visited her along with a social services team. She also claims that she briefly spoke with District Superintendent of Education, Ivan Butler, and another police officer in charge regarding this incident. Butler confirms that the Ministry of Education will be meeting with all those involved later this week. Live in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azure Quant. Back to you, Ramiko.
Thanks, Aja. Meantime, good news over on the island of Abaco as a 13-year-old female reported missing on the weekend has now been found. This past Saturday, police issued a missing persons bulletin for the juvenile from Dundas Town, Abaco. According to reports, the 13-year-old female left her residence after having an argument with her mother around 8 p.m. While police did not say where the child was found, they are reporting that she is in good health. In news from the police officers on Grand Bahama are searching for 24-year-old Joshua Nichols' Store, who was reported missing. Store is a resident of Drumfish Street, Carville Beach, who was last seen on February 7th, 2023. He stands 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighs 170 pounds, medium build with black, low-cropped haircut, dark brown complexion with dark brown eyes. Anyone spotting him should contact police at 911, the National Crime Prevention Office at 302-8430, or 1 Crime Stoppers at 352-1919. 350-3106, or the Family Islanders, please dial 1242-300-8476 immediately. Well, in other news, a 30-second voice note disseminated on various social media platforms on Friday sent many Grand Bahamian residents into a panic. The voice note comes as gas retailers plan action against government's refusal to oblige their request for a change in the price margin. Our Raven Davis spoke to residents today who voiced their concerns regarding persons sharing erroneous information for a reaction. Here's that report.
Tomorrow morning, all gas stations will be closed until further notice. They are going on strike, waiting to hear answers from the government because they want to increase the prices in gas, and the government did not agree. So
a WhatsApp voice note that made its rounds on social media this past Friday, inciting widespread panic amongst motorists on the island. The pandemonium that saw long lines at various service stations resulting from a single voice note cautioning residents to fill up as gas stations would be closed. Well, we spoke to residents today who say that what happened was both unfortunate and shocking.
But it's just kind of how Bahamians go. We would take to what one person says or to what social media says before actually finding out, is this true? I mean, I'm guilty of it because, like I said, I did go to the gas station.
I hate for all these people who had to go to work and drive up and down the street every single day. It's not fair. It's not fair because, I mean, at the same time, the gas companies all over the world right now, they make hundreds of billions of dollars.
We need a better source of information. We need more reliable sources to pass on the information to the Bahamian people and let them know, hey, this is what's happening, this is what's not happening.
It's obvious the general public didn't listen to the news because the president of the Petroleum Dealers Association said they will not strike. They're using other options to pressure the government to get what they want.
Manager of Municipal Motors Mickey Bain saying the frenzy that lasted well into Saturday was a good business boost.
What I was shocked to see how much cars was coming, and we almost wanted the gas. Now I don't know if the people was fooled because I had to tell some people we opened the next morning and they didn't believe me, but the next morning we still was full of gas.
Gas retailers, particularly on New Providence, have repeatedly voiced frustration surrounding a profit margin dictating their profits. When asked his take on the matter, Bain said that his business remains unaffected.
If the government increase it, we still all right. If they don't, everything is still all right. It ain't the government. It's us pushing every day to have better sales and supply our customers.
Now, remarking on the power of social media, some motorists are also warning members of the public to refrain from sharing information without verifying the facts.
A lot of people, you know, they were left broke, literally, like left without having some money probably to buy some lunch the next day.
We just need to stop it because it's caused too much unnecessary panic among people in people's lives.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Well, President of the Councilors Limited, Joanne Aubrey, announcing that the 24th Grand Bahama Business Outlook will be held back in person at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom and on Zoom. The return of the event is held on March 16th with dynamic panelists, including the Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper. Jolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
Excited to be back in person is Joan Albury and her colleagues as they prepare to stage diverse presentations from various speakers in different commerce roles. She explains what persons can expect while networking with those from the business world at the Grand Bahama Business Outlook.
Our conference is divided into these sessions. The first session is Forward, which deals with basically moving ahead with purpose and intent. How do we move ahead with purpose and intent? Then our second session, which is Upward, soaring to economic advancement and diversification. And the third session, Onward, is prioritizing the sustainable revolution. And our final session of the day, which is Together, facilitating stakeholder engagement for success.
Other speakers, including the Minister of Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, President of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Ian Roll, amongst many others.
Following the presentation by the panel, we are pleased to have Devison Warner, who is the Managing Director of RBC Finco and the AVP, of Personal Banking Finance Corporation. He is going to talk about embracing the digital future of financial services. And we all know that this is the way of today, not just the future. This embracing the digital future, which really begins today. And so we're excited to have the Devison Warner, Managing Director, RBC, present.
Albury says that the Outlook is a great opportunity to hear from experts and leaders in their profession to bring updated information on various sectors.
So it provides you with current information and data, and you know the importance of information and data in guiding your business. Thank you. And there's always something new.
Now, Albury is asking for all those interested to register on tclevents.com, and she says persons can get credit hours from attending the event. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
A computer lab now open in the East. We'll tell you more about it when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, returns.
Pizza Hut Freeport has the perfect deal for you. Order a large one-topping pizza, 5 cheesy breadsticks, and a 2-liter drink for just $24.70 with that. Choose your favorite topping and enjoy our fan-favorite cheesy breadsticks with an ice-cold 2-liter drink. Available at Pizza Hut for delivery, carry-out, and curbside. Order today. Call us at 352-9191. Pizza Hut Freeport.
Come and see the cabinets and countertops in stock now at Specialty Kitchen and Bath, number 16 Oak Street, phone 688-9661. Keep it cool with Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, located number 3 Milton Street, phone 602-5467.
Tired of the endless bank fees and long lines? The Grand Bahama Cooperative Credit Union is the solution to making your money work for you by providing you with free financial counseling, higher interest on savings plans, and lower interest rates on loans. Savings products such as Christmas and vacation clubs, fixed deposits, and annuity savings allow our members to prepare for today and tomorrow without all of the hassle. Join satisfied Bahamians who left their banking frustrations behind. Open an account with GBCCU 352-4139.
On your marks, get set, go!
Grand Bahama. Get ready for the most highly anticipated track meet of the year. Island Relay
Relays Bahamas. It all begins Friday, March 17th at 4 p.m. and climaxes on Saturday, March 18th at 9 a.m. at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex, featuring 6 universities: University of Oklahoma, University of Arizona, Texas A&M University, University of the Bahamas, University of South Carolina, and Vanderbilt University. Calling all corporations to join the Corporate Challenge. Tickets are just $10 for ages 16 and over and $5 for kids. On March 17th and 18th, Island Relays Bahamas is the event you don't want to miss. Contact 439-6161 or email info@islandrelaysbahamas.com for more information. In lieu with Island Relays Bahamas, take part in all activities at Pirates Cove March 18th. Proceeds go to the Red Cross.
Art Lucaya, the Grand Bahama Art Festival, is super exciting for me on many different levels. I believe that the festival has the potential to really elevate the art scene here on Grand Bahama.
So the art festival is really exciting to me because it's been a long time in waiting for a big event to happen, something where creatives here on Grand Bahama show our talents and have fun all at the same time.
The theme itself speaks for itself. Emergence, where butterflies emerging from our cocoons.
Creatives, being surrounded by creatives, I think it's contagious.
We are going to have a great time with so many artists presenting in 3 different locations at the Rundichi Center, Fort Lucaya, and the Garden of the Groves.
Art Lucaya is going to be amazing. I want to encourage the people of Grand Bahama to come out, support.
You have to come out to this art festival. We always talk about we need something to do. This is something to do.
I want to see everybody out to this event, not just those in Grand Bahama, but all around the world. I don't care where you're coming from, come. It's going to be our first event. It's going to be great. It's going to be live, food, dances, performances, everything for you to enjoy. And definitely, you're going to have art.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Emmanuel Baptist Disciple Center hosting the grand opening of their brand new computer lab and after-school learning program this past Saturday. As government officials join in on the festivities, they say it is a huge need for the community and say it symbolizes the community's resilience. Shane Stubbs has that story.
I pray that you will open up our hearts and our minds, Lord, to the knowledge that will move East End to a higher place.
It was a time of celebration for Emmanuel Baptist Disciple Center at the launch of their brand new computer lab and after-school learning program. What started as a dream for Reverend Israel Pinder and carried out by his wife, Lady Nadine, the lab will serve as a vehicle to computer literacy for the community. Thankful to the public and private supporters, Reverend Pinder believes strongly in what is to come from the lab and encourages all to take advantage.
I need to mention my deepest sense of appreciation to the heartbeat behind this project. Amen. Who serve with humility, integrity, excellence. My amazing wife. Amen. God is indeed good. And I thank God that this day has finally come to pass. So I encourage us, let's embrace it. Let's take advantage of it. It's here for us.
Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, says the lab symbolizes East Grand Bahama's resiliency and says the center has potential for so many other productive possibilities.
We talked about the many things that can happen in this center. I see it also as being, an opportunity for touristic experiences. Can we not turn this into entrepreneurial opportunities for the people here in East Grand Bahama as well, and in High Rock? And so we see all these possibilities. And so we are so excited to collab with you to ensure that these things happen.
Now with the world at their fingertips, East Grand Bahama MP Kwesi Thompson highlights the center's importance to the community, while Chief Counselor for the area, Reverend Marcus Cooper, applauds of need being met.
And it's not just about putting computers in a building. It's bigger than that. You have opened them up to all possibilities in the world. I believe that if you remain in this vein, I am confident that you will be on the right side of history.
Now, classes are expected to take place each and every Saturday starting March 18th between the hours of 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Well, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Rangers continuing their recruitment exercises with their annual FDX hike. With almost 100 recruits falling in line, the officers put the cadets through a number of exercises over the weekend to see if they had what it takes to become cadets. Shane Stubbs has that report.
89 Defense Force Ranger recruit survival skills were put to the test during the annual FDX overnight hike. It's a requirement for all recruits to go through before becoming full-fledged cadets, according to Petty Officer Darrell Jones.
During this hike, it consists of the 14-mile hike. Then, once we reach to the beach, they have an evaluation. They have to tell us what is the Ranger pledge, the motto, the prayer. We have 10 core values. They have to study it, give us the definition. Also, we have 10 ropes that we teach them in bends and hitches. They have to, 1, give us the definition, and 2, demonstrate how it's tied.
It's the first year Rangers have been recruited since Hurricane Dorian and the COVID-19 pandemic. Behind some rigorous training, Officer Jones says this program has benefited countless young people in the past.
Past successes, we had Rangers who had gone on, graduated, went to college. Some of them went on to join the Defense Force, some joined the police force, some are even in customs and immigration. This program, it really deals with discipline and teaching our youths leadership skills. And they could take that anywhere they want to go. It doesn't have to be Defense Force, but we would like them to come and join us afterwards because our program really mirrors the discipline from the Defense Force.
And of course, the Rangers are backed by the Parents in Action Group, who assist with the growth of the cadets, while also helping in raising funds for the program. Treasurer Shamika Lightbourne says this weekend is a big moment in the recruits' development.
It's so important that with the technology, a lot of our kids don't have the survival that's needed to function in society. So the program really helps them to get out of their shell and helps them to become productive citizens.
The 14-mile trek started from the Grand Bahama Yacht Club toward Barbary Beach, where the recruits camped out for the evening. The cadets then hiked back from Barbary Beach to the hike starting point. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
And now it is time for Health is Wealth Mondays with Lucayan Family Care and Concierge.
A wise man once said, prevention is better than cure. Did you know your annual checkup is designed to do just this? Your annual is a wellness visit designed to identify factors that put your health at risk. These factors may be present in our personal or family medical history. It may be in lifestyle choices we make. The visit includes a physical examination and a review of various blood parameters. The goal is to identify things that put you at greater risk for poor health and even the possibility of a shortened lifespan. This visit is an opportunity for you to have your health status assessed, to get recommendations from your primary care doctor on how to eliminate or minimize these risks, and to receive tips on living your healthiest life. Book your annual today, because prevention really is the best medicine. I'm Dr. Karis Thompson Major, and remember, your health is your wealth.
Your Check on Sports is up next with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. It was a busy weekend in sports, beginning with Island Sports. Here's Shane Stubbs.
Saturday's action at the Fidelity Bank High School Track and Field Championships had a number of close calls and even some dominant performances. The 400 meters and the 100 meter finals highlighted today. Let's take a look. Kiasha Thomas, Levi Pinder, Sanaya Adderley, Zion Shepard, Treasure Burrows, and Filton Robinson are this year's local 400 meter champions.
I'm glad that I was close to making a new record. So I guess next time, just train harder.
Usually stick to my old strategy. I'll just work in the back stretch, and then when I reach the one,
just go at it.
I just thank God for helping me to get through these races injury-free.
If it wasn't for God, my coaches, I wouldn't be able to do that.
It feels good. Now, I wouldn't have as much competition going into Nassau.
This definitely gives me a confidence boost to help me progress through my season.
And during Saturday's main event, Kaylee Thompson, Keyshawn Pinder, Phoebe Thompson, Quentin Gordon Jr., Shatalia Dorset, and Siobhan Clark sprinted away as 100-meter champions.
I did it for my mommy, my daddy, and my school.
I feel good doing it for the school, myself.
My top end speed is what put me through the race.
I just thank God. I know I put in the hard work and I deserve it.
I just wanted to come in and do my best and hopefully to break the record, but I didn't do it, but I was close to it and I'm kind of happy with my time.
To work extra hard, to get my goal to go to Grifter.
It's certainly shaping up to be a grand finale Monday evening. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Sticking with track and field, Grand Bahamian standout sprinter Terrence Jones lived up to the hype Saturday evening as the NCAA 60-meter dash leader took home the national title in the event with a blistering time of 6.46 seconds. Jones is the program's first 60-meter NCAA champion with his time 6.64. It's the second time this season he's registered that time. It ties him for second all-time Texas Tech mark and now gives him 6 of the top 10 marks. From the track now to the swim pool, Lamar Taylor, in an already historic week, became even more historic as he became the first male collegiate swimmer to win 3 individual NCAA national championships in the same week since 2021. His special run continued with a 42.32 100-yard freestyle, out-touching the second-place swimmer by 7/100ths of a second to claim his 3rd championship trophy. Lamar won the 50 free and 100-yard backstroke earlier that week.
And that's a quick check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
Presents Art Lakaya, a 4-day showcase of Grand Bahamian talent, March 23rd through 26th at Rand Nature Center, Port Lakaya Marketplace, and Garden of the Groves. Reserve your tickets at events.gbpa.com/Art Lakaya.
New year, new look. No, not you, but your home.
Decorative pillows in all colors, textures, and sizes. And if you want to make a statement, pick from over 20 different styles of our 5x8 area rugs. Get cozy in our lightweight comforters. And if you want to switch it up, we have duvet covers in a variety of colors. Decorative pillows from $23.99. Area rugs from $149. Comforters, $29.99. Duvets from $34.99. It's all here at Island Bedding.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
John West Shoes is now open. Carmichael West, Nassau, behind Wendy's.
It's the coconut got this. Cocoa skin dripping madness. Juiciness, ice the back. This sweet like a sugar in a dripping like ice honey. I think all of my love me. Sweet like a sugar in a watch it go ba 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 ba. 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 Sweet like a sugar in a
new Clear Platinum flavor. Flavored beers with a kick of rum. Make it platinum.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
We all need to save. Save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
On your marks, get set, go!
Grand Bahama. Get ready for the most highly anticipated track meet of the year. Island Relays Bahamas. It all begins Friday, March 17th at 4 p.m. and climaxes on Saturday, March 18th at 9 a.m. at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex, featuring 6 universities. University of Oklahoma, University of Arizona, Texas A&M University, University of the Bahamas, University of South Carolina, and Vanderbilt University. Calling all corporations to join the Corporate Challenge. Tickets are just $10 for ages 16 and over and $5 for kids. On March 17th and 18th, Island Relays Bahamas is the event you don't want to miss. Contact 439-6161 or email info@islandrelaysbahamas.com for more information. In lieu with Island Relays Bahamas, take part in all activities at Pirates Cove March 18th. Proceeds go to the Red Cross.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Carolyn Roberts, you are our Facebook friend of the day, and we also want to wish you a happy birthday. And also a special happy birthday goes out to Roderick Darville. We hope you're having a great day. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, Exuma's promising new development. Taking a gamble, the Commonwealth celebrates, and in sports, golf champions crowned. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by BTC. For the fastest speeds across the Bahamas and the lowest price by far, switch to BTC today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lopinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. More jobs in the pipeline as another multi-million-dollar project heads to the Exumas, this time Big Samson Key. And according to officials, not only will the development be sustainable, but it will lean on Bahamian culture. Cleopatra Murphy tells us more.
Government and Big Samson Key Retreat Limited signed a heads of agreement for a $25 million high-end environmentally friendly boutique resort at the office of the Prime Minister Monday morning. The self-funded project will include a main house, beach cottages totaling 22 rooms, along with staff housing for up to 15 people. It's anticipated to create up to 15 permanent jobs once completed. Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis welcomes the further investment in Exuma.
We'll see the revitalization of existing structures on island, the upgrade of the airstrip, and the creation of state-of-the-art marina. These enhancements will be executed exclusively by Bahamian contractors and architects, demonstrating Mr. Coughlin's commitment to investing in the people of this nation. As a result of this significant new development, local companies will thus be patronized, tax revenue will be generated, and increased competition in the luxury market will raise our tourism product to even greater heights.
The project is expected to use less than 10% of the 121 acres purchased. President and founder of Samson Key Retreat Limited, Robert Coughlin, stresses the need to preserve the surrounding waters.
So in doing things like building an industrial dock, we're doing it on the backside of the island where there's deep water. We're not going to touch that area in front there. We're going to preserve that so people can snorkel off the beach, can enjoy the waters in front. And to me, the guest experience will be, the resort will look Bahamian. It will have the kind of roofs you expect to see at a Bahamian resort.
From solar power to water generation and land use, Coughlin says sustainability will be top of mind, while the resort will grow as much of its food for consumption as possible.
The cottages, we're going to put meters that show how much water and how much power people are using each day on the cottage. And we'll give them an orientation to the sustainable features on the island so that the guests are become part of that. You might think guests don't want that. They just want to come and drink sky juice and have a good time. But I actually found that if somebody's there for a week, they enjoy the part of kind of getting to learn what's going on.
Member of Parliament for Exuma and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honourable Chester Cooper, adds that the development will give a significant boost to the Exuma Keys while working harmoniously with the natural environment. With all the investment Exuma has been attracting, Cooper admits there have been infrastructural concerns, highlighting the need for continued investment in power, water and communication, things he says government is addressing in Family Islands.
You may know also that we have gone to RFP process for 3 airports in the Exuma Keys, mainly Staniel, Black Point, and Farmers Key. Ultimately, we hope that jets will be able to land in Black Point direct from New York or wherever, for example, and this is going to improve capacity generally.
As for the construction and completion of the resort, Coughlin says an architectural team is already at work with plans to have it finished within 2.5 to 3 years. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, later this month, the tourism minister will lead a delegation of top tourism execs to Sea Trade Cruise Global Conference, the world's largest cruise industry event with the aim of strengthening the sector and increasing cruise tourism business. Now, the 4-day conclave, scheduled for March 27th through the 30th, takes place at the Broward County Convention Center in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This year's theme, Forward Momentum. Now, in its 38th year, the conference brings together government officials, tourism stakeholders, industry suppliers, and cruise executives from over 100 countries to analyze trends and discuss current pressing issues of the cruise industry. Well, still talking tourism this evening, winter residents to be celebrated. COVID's 2-year chokehold on social events ends with the return of receptions to express appreciation for second home owners on the Family Islands, beginning with Abaco, ending with Andros. The Winter Residence Program is said to be an essential component to the local tourism product. Tourism Director General Latia Duncombe says her executive team's committed to growing these events in a push for friends across the globe to see the Bahamas as the best destination for a second home. During the reception, winter residents will mix and mingle with tourism execs, tourism staffers, and people-to-people volunteers. They'll also have a unique opportunity to sample Bahamian dishes and beverages. Well, the United States Embassy today handing over hundreds of thousands of dollars in disaster response equipment to the National Emergency Management Agency to significantly enhance its ability to properly respond in times of disaster. Fern Carey has that story.
The United States Embassy making a $600,000 donation to the National Emergency Management Agency that includes 28 generators and other safety equipment that will support NEMA in its planning, mitigation, response, and recovery efforts before, during, and after a disaster. Acting Deputy Chief of Mission at the U.S. Embassy, Lance Posey, noted that the donation highlights the enduring friendship between the Bahamas and the United States.
This is a sign of our commitment to preparedness, which will enable effective response and recovery. As close friends and partners to the Bahamas, the U.S. government, U.S. Northcom, and the U.S. people don't believe in simply showing up after disaster strikes. We know that the work done now is just as important as the work that's yet to come. We're here now, and we'll always be here, ready to help, side by side with our Bahamian neighbors.
The U.S. Northern Command also provided 6 reverse osmosis water systems that will allow for the rapid production of potable water in the country.
The turnover of the equipment is especially timely as the hurricane season approaches and is just around the corner. Northern Command is proud of the relationship we have with this great nation. It is a relationship that has grown over the last few years, which is due in no small part to the superb leadership within the administration and the hard work of the Bahamian people. I want to say thank you for that.
Now, these generators will be deployed to 7 Family Islands before the official start of the hurricane season, which begins on June 1st.
The island receiving these generators are Abaco, Auckland, Andros, Cat Island, Exuma, Maguana, and my island, Crooked Island. The determination of which islands will be supplied with generators was made following inspections in 2022 of the 143 facilities that served as hurricane and emergency shelters throughout the Bahamas. The U.S. Northern Command has also partnered with the Disaster Reconstruction Authority to secure a generator for the Hurricane Shelter Community Center that is currently under construction in Abaco.
The disaster response equipment is also expected to significantly enhance and strengthen the Bahamas' push towards climate resiliency. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
National Security Minister, the Honourable Wayne Munro, and Labour and Immigration Minister, the Honourable Keith Bell, recently led a senior law enforcement delegation comprising the Police Commissioner, Defence Force Commodore, and the National Crime Intelligence Agency Director to the Northern Caribbean Security Summit in Doral, Florida. U.S. Chargé d'Affaires Yusha Pitts hosted the high-level meetings under the theme Modernizing Strategic Partnerships from Florida to Haiti. During the three-day session, the delegation discussed illegal firearms fueling violence in the region, human smuggling networks, and transnational organizations. The group also visited the Chrome Detention Center operated by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, responsible for upholding U.S. immigration law at, within, and beyond the U.S. borders. The Bahamas is expected to host the summit in 2024. In court news this evening, police moving quick in finding someone in connection with last Wednesday's double homicide in Fox Hill. Patrick Keto Rose and Alex McKenzie were shot to death while in the area of Bryce Road last Wednesday. Today, 27-year-old Kyle Jones of Grand Street was arrested, interviewed, and charged and arraigned in connection with the crime. Charged with 2 counts of murder, Jones was not required to enter a plea. He was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until May 31st, when he'll be served a voluntary bill of indictment. A 27-year-old Defense Force officer also faced charges based on allegations he had sexual intercourse with a 13-year-old girl between 2020 and 2023. This is the latest in a string of unlawful sexual intercourse incidents reported to police in recent weeks. Investigations into the matter continue. A 49-year-old man wounded and another on the run following a late-night stabbing here in the capital. Police said the incident unfolding at a home in the area of 9th Terrace, Centerville, and 2 males began arguing. One thing led to the other, and one of the men took a knife and stabbed the other in the left chest. The assailant took off running south onto Collins Avenue, according to police. The wounded man was taken to hospital. He was last listed in stable condition. The matter's under active investigation. The incident prompting police, however, to remind the public to find more peaceful ways to resolve conflicts. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
The news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Our lives are full of action. Hey, babe.
From the studio to the video to back home.
All while balancing family life.
BTC Fiber Internet is our solution.
BTC is best for us. Hello?
With fiber, we save more on fast, reliable internet. And we can prove it.
Go to BTC's website and compare for yourself.
Select your current product, price, and location.
You'll see how much you can save with BTC.
Link up with better value.
Link up with BTC.
Because they were on sale, Keisha bought these umbrella shoes without thinking. Literally, without thinking. Hungry for deals? Come and satisfy that hunger at KFC before doing something crazy. Snack Box for only $5 with a piece of juicy KFC fried chicken, creamy mashed potato, and the buttery biscuit. a finger-licking good deal.
Hello? Keisha, you something else, boy.
Who this is? Tamika?
You ain't even remember my name? Wow, Dread.
Girl, I've been so busy. You still planning your trip?
Girl, and I can't wait. I right here online booking my car.
You dare planning trip? You vaccinated?
Girl, we had to. We ain't been nowhere since this pandemic started. Girl, and we got a 14-day vacation.
Best vacation ever.
Girl, are you though?
Well, I know you was gonna get the vaccine because you too like travel. When y'all get your vaccine?
Girl, long time. Because you gotta get your first dose, wait, then get your second dose at least 2 weeks before you travel. Johnny get his vaccine and he 12. Even Grammy get hers. Child, and Grammy say she ain't get no money. But I see her hiding that under the mattress.
Child, let me send my list, because I know you going shopping.
Keisha, don't play with me.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by PAHO WHO, Canada, and USAID.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
This segment of the news is brought to you by RBC. Discover mortgage ideas shaped around you. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean/home story to start your story today.
March designated Gambling Awareness Month, and Island Luck is doing its part to assist with gambling prevention training, recovery services, and equipment by donating $30,000 to the Sandlands Rehabilitation Center. Dr. Sean Knowles, a member of the SRC's Gambling Prevention and Education team, says gambling addicts sometimes experience comorbidities, and that's why getting help is important.
One thing that we recognize with any kind of behavioral addiction or even substance use disorder is that the brain completes development, usually around the age of between 21 and 25. And so it is crucial, and I need Bahamians to get this, not to start using any substances, not developing any kind of addiction, whether it be even sex, whether it be gambling, whether it be gaming, in terms of personal video gaming, because what it does is it causes the brain to be stunted in development. Right? And at some point, we hope to educate the gaming industry persons regarding that.
There's also this message for adolescents.
If you want to drink socially, wait until 24, 25 when your brain is completely developed, because at the end of the day, it prevents you from having poor prognosis, prevents you from having to go into rehab periodically. We have that all the time. Persons coming in and out of rehab, because again, it's a brain disease, and so they end up relapsing. And so the best message we can say is do not start anything that has the potential to cause you to have problems later on in life. Wait until your brain is developed.
Well, we're celebrating kidney awareness all month long, and tonight a woman in her mid-70s shares her journey with kidney failure, what led to it, dialysis treatments, and what doctors say you can do to prevent it. Here's LaDawn Davis with the story.
I feel the kidney just had to work harder than it's supposed to because of the sugar diabetes and the hypertension.
75-year-old Adeline Jones is one of hundreds of chronic kidney failure patients who has to undergo dialysis treatment at the Bahamas Kidney Center on Collins Avenue for 4 hours 3 times a week. Unaware that her kidneys were failing, Jones admits that her poor diet and underlying battle with diabetes played critical roles in the failure of her vital organs.
I had poor appetite. And it just started taking a lot of blood tests, but I didn't really discover the kidney failure until I was hospitalized. Yes, even though I was attending private doctor, I was not told that my kidneys were failing.
Nephrologist Dr. Adrian Sawyer says kidney disease is a silent killer that never displays symptoms until the very last stage. He says despite the threat of COVID-19, this disease continues to eat at the core of the health of many Bahamians.
We have recently just gotten about 13 cases
that had been transferred to us from the public service because they're overcrowded, and we dialyze a lot of their patients.
A high-salt diet puts us all at risk for kidney failure, but Dr. Sawyer says changing it can actually save your kidneys and an expensive trip to the dialysis unit.
Cost for one patient on dialysis for a year is approximately anywhere from $85,000 to $95,000 per person. That doesn't include medications that you have to get, out-of-pocket expenses. There are other issues in which it takes you out of the employment activity, so you have to depend on family and friends.
Dr. Sawyer is strongly encouraging Bahamians at high risk to speak to their doctor, get screened, see a specialist about medications and other methods that can slow down the progression of kidney disease and prevent patients from needing dialysis treatments. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
On a lighter note, few Bahamians don't enjoy eating local Chinese food. But for those of you who don't know, Chinese food in the actual country has somewhat of a different taste and flavor. Our Antoinette Smith got a taste of one of China's most popular delicacies, as we hear in this report from Beijing.
Hello to you folks at home. So, the weather app says Beijing is currently in the middle of a sandstorm, but as it turns out, I'm gonna go try some bao buns. Yeah, it's giving sandstorm. I am currently with the Caribbean Connection. We're gonna be a little fearless today and go someplace we've never gone before, and hopefully it all works out. We've made it to Bao Yang Dumpling Restaurant, and now we have to cross the street and try not to get ran over by buses or bikes. We are still trying to decide what to get. It's two big menus, two really big menus for food. It's going to be funny because there are chopsticks, and I tried chopsticks before I left, and yeah, sue me. This is going to be a beautiful disaster. I picked up a dumpling with chopsticks first go, but I didn't get it on camera. No one will believe me, but I did it. Here's, as they say in the video games, round two, fight. Round two, fight. So this next dumpling is a vegetarian dumpling, and it has pineapple, tomatoes, and cheese. And you know what they say, pineapple does not go on pizza, but let's see if it goes in a dumpling. We also have lotus fruit, shrimp and cheese, and a few others. Okay, so as the TikTok reference goes, that was too good, and definitely worth going out in a sandstorm for. And with that, I'll see you guys later.
Well, our Antoinette Smith is having quite an experience there in China, 13 hours ahead, I might add. Now time for the weekly poll question, and this week we're asking, should the age of consent be raised to the voting age? And that's 18 years old, yes or no? To participate, simply log on to our website, and that's www.znesbahamas.com, as well as any of our social media platforms to answer. The poll's final results will be aired on Friday, and as always, thanks for participating. The Bahamas Tonight returns after this.
Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We are protection. Join the family, join the family, family guardian. Protect the ones you love, a friend that you can trust. Family guardian.
Bahamians are rediscovering Grand Bahama through immersive staycation experiences at Lighthouse Point Grand Lucayan. Pamper yourself at our Senses Spa or savor exotic cocktails by the sea. Unwind and enjoy serenity, 18 holes of golf, fine dining, romance, business conventions and meetings, grand outdoor events. For Bahamas resident rates at Lighthouse Point, call 242-373-1333 or WhatsApp message 827-8195.
TCL Group and Cable Bahamas Business Solutions present Grand Bahama Business Outlook 2023 under the theme Forward, Upward, Onward, Together. Our keynote speaker is the Honorable Chester Cooper, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation. Come join us at the Grand Lucayan Resort on Thursday, March 16th or attend via Zoom. Register today at tclevents.com.
Searching for insurance for your beloved senior citizen? Star General offers the Silver Medical Plan for which you can apply up to age 85. The network includes the finest hospitals and healthcare centers worldwide. Insurance is provided through an AM Best A-rated insurer with reinsurance support through Lloyd's of London. Other features include no medical tests required, 4 deductibles, and $2 million lifetime benefits. Visit or call Star General Health and Life Insurance today.
Outstanding performances and talents of some of the country's brightest students recognized during this year's BJC and BGCSE exams annual award ceremony. The award for the best overall BJC performance by a male student in a government school, the Best by Island Award for New Providence, and the best overall performance for the Bahamas went to former C.H. Reeves student Clarence Dormain. In the case of independent schools, the award went to St. Augustine's College student Noel James. The award for the best BGCSE performance by a government school student, that is the Marjorie W.T. Davis Award for Academic Excellence, was presented to Kajaro Tucker of 8 Mile Rock High School, Grand Bahama. Claiming the Carol L. Hanna Award for Academic Excellence for the independent schools, a 4-way tie among Alexis Gadet of SAC, Eli Sawyer, Arjan Shetty, and Danielle Williams, all of Queens College, attaining all A's in 11 subjects. Lauding the students for bringing pride not just to themselves, but to their respective villages, and by extension the nation, was Education, Technical and Vocational Training Minister Glenys Hannah Martin.
Always remember that your success is not simply a selfish or self-serving process, but the sum total and a collective outcome in which many have shared, and that in all things give thanks. Your journey must build character, ground you in ethical underpinnings, and provide you with optimism and hope, so that you may go on and do things which we in this generation never imagined, so that the world may mark the manner of your bearing.
In a departure from the norm, males dominated the top spots in the BJC and BGCSE exams.
In this, our 50th year of our nation's independence, we humbly note that this little country that appears as little blips on the global map has defied the odds by producing people of world excellence over the generations. I say to the young people we celebrate today, as you go into the world or the next phase of your high school education, go in love, go in peace, go in confidence, be strong, be creative, and always hold tight to your righteous convictions. Again, I congratulate you all. Thank you. May God bless every one of these young people.
Commonwealth Day, a treasured opportunity for Britain's monarch to celebrate the 56 member states, home to some 2.6 billion people, a third of the world's population, including 1.5 billion people under the age of 30. In his message, King Charles III touted the Commonwealth as an association not just of shared values, but common purpose and joint action, be it on climate change and biodiversity loss, youth opportunity and education, global health, or economic cooperation. As King Charles sees it, the Commonwealth's extraordinary potential is more than equal to the challenges faced. It offers unparalleled strength not merely to face the future, but to build it. Let us, he said, be a Commonwealth that not only stands together, but strives together in restless and practical pursuit of the global common good. Now, drawing from this year's Commonwealth Day theme, focusing on youth, Governor General His Excellency Sir Cornelius Smith, meantime, reminded that as the Bahamas marks 50 years as an independent nation, it is also the 50th anniversary of the Commonwealth Youth Program, an organization that has benefited many with the promise of more opportunities. It's against this backdrop that the Governor General admonished young people to be even more aware that their future and that of the nation lies within their hands. You must therefore, he said, be fully prepared to seize the opportunities that become available, adding that with proper preparation and qualifications, you will be ready to face the future as qualified and effective citizens, earning the regard and gratitude of parents, teachers, and all members of the community. Well, Commonwealth Day assemblies observed as many schools throughout the country, including St. Anne's Anglican, where the Prime Minister delivered the keynote address. Carla Palmer reports.
For another year, St. Anne's High School, among others nationwide, pledging their allegiance to the Bahamian flag and to the Commonwealth, inclusive of 56 countries in celebration of Commonwealth Day. Observed the second Monday in March each year, member nations like the Bahamas promote peace, prosperity, unity, diversity, and common goals towards improving the lives of all Commonwealth citizens. In his keynote address, Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, touted these benefits to the students as positive and enormous, where ideas are shared in areas of trade, economic development, and they cooperate to solve common challenges. The Prime Minister told the children that if they are led to form gangs, they should mirror the Commonwealth group of nations and unite to strengthen society.
No, you hear about the gangs that's infiltrating our schools and our communities. If you become a part of a gang, become a gang for positive change. Become a gang to add your voice, for example, to sensitize leaders like myself on the issues that are impacting your community. Let's look at the injustices that's happening around. Let's look at the things that has to be corrected, and let's speak up for those things. So when I say get together, yes, if you're going to become a gang for positive action.
St. Anne's happens to be one of those educational institutions where diversity is celebrated. There, members of staff represent 4 countries, all a part of the Commonwealth of Nations, including Kenya, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, and Jamaica. And this occasion, they regard it as the ideal time to showcase shared common values in a cultural mix of music and literature.
My beautiful Guyana, such a sweet name to me. Sea of green and lush scenery.
The towering blue mountains give majestic stance. My Jamaica, where water greatly flows. My treasure, where the country wind blows.
I got this girl, she got me wrong. She said my ticket, just to make it up. I said let me go in. Miami, run all over me. I'm darling, so damn sweet and
Just like St. Anne's, other schools across the country celebrated Commonwealth Day in similar fashion. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
Well, as indicated, Carla, C.H. Reeves Raptor is also learning more about the significance of Commonwealth Day. Besides that, Minister of State for Social Services and Urban Development, the Honorable Lisa Ramming, was there to present prizes to some of the school's most outstanding students.
Nothing should stop you as you move ahead, remember that there are a goodly number of us who will encourage you along the way. I know that as long as I have breath in my body, whether a politician or not, I will continue to fight for young people, because I had it hard when I was young, and I wanted people to be there for me. I implore you to continue to work and develop positive study habits, so at the end of the day, everybody, including myself, the teachers, and your parents will be proud of your achievements.
Residents of Pat Senior Citizens Home treated to lunch courtesy of Bahama Grill and the Gibson family. It's just one way the family hopes to keep their late mother, Gerline Gibson's memory alive. Coincidentally, she would have turned 88 today. Now, two of Gibson's children, Ann Hutchinson and Eric Gibson Jr., reflected on their mother's legacy.
My mother was a person that basically instilled a lot of basic principles in us as we grew up. The principle of giving, being good humanitarians, being able to lend a helping hand whenever we can, not walking past and seeing a situation where you see something is in need or someone is in need and walking past it. So we basically wanted to do this in honor of her. So we are here today to put a spotlight on Pat's home.
All of the orange that you see here, this is actually my mother's favorite color. So every year, whenever we come, we always dress in orange. My mother was born on March the 13th, and she was buried on March the 13th. And so every year around this time, we celebrate her birthday. Growing up, I remember my mother going to caring for the elderly, something that she always liked to do. I remember her cooking food, just cooking a lot of food and just going into elderly people, just dropping it off. And as long as she knows someone is sick and they're elderly, she would just go, even if to pray with them, just to spend time with them.
Well, Pats has been providing hospice care and services for more than a decade. Owner Patricia Moxie applauded the Gibson family for being consistent in keeping up with the family's tradition.
Every year they come by and do a luncheon for Pat Senior Citizen Home. But when we had the COVID for the last 2 years, they weren't able to do anything. So here they are today, celebrating 10 years of her memory. And I give God thanks and praise for this family, because at least they recognize Pat Senior Citizen Home. And not only just that, a lot of people, their parents are gone on and they don't even remember. But this family is still keeping her name going and her memories in their hearts.
Well, ZNS News can confirm that veteran broadcaster and former High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Ed Bethel, has died. ZNS Executive Chairman Picewell Forbes honoring Bethel's legacy in a statement, noting that the corporation is profoundly saddened by the untimely passing of our brother, comrade, and pioneering broadcaster, Mr. Eldred Ed Bethel, known and beloved for his ready smile, his steady and encouraging guidance, and his incredible generosity. Ed, Mr. B. Bethel, will forever be a giant in Bahamian journalism and an inspiration to us all at the BCB. And on behalf of the Board of Directors, the Executive Managers, staff, and our Retirees Association, all of whom would have worked with Ed, the board chairman says he wishes to give his deepest condolences to his beloved wife, Dawn, and the entire Bethel family. He's now rejoined with Sir Edward Charles Carter, Kelsey Johnson, Elva Russell Roll, and others who have gone before him. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
That work? Can you see me?
Yeah, it's working. This is super cool. Are you gonna help me clean up your toys?
Delivery.
Be right there.
Hello?
Am I gonna get it or are you gonna get it? I'll get it. I get it. Hey, thank you. Come on.
Hey, can I help you? Hey!
Oh, sorry, I'm not home. I'm coming.
Our free pick, pack, delivery service gives everyone in the Family Islands a chance to shop a variety of club products and prices right from home. Simply call or WhatsApp your order to 242-677-7266 or email order@amlfoods.com. A friendly customer service representative is waiting to pick, pack, and deliver your order to the mailboat of your choice. The options are truly endless, and with membership you save even more. So order today and let Cost Right pick, pack, and deliver right to you.
The most important thing in life is family, and whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Salt Ponds Festival site in central Long Island is expected to be full to capacity at the end of the month when the Ministry of Tourism resumes its Long Island Mutton Festival. Following a 2-year break due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the 2-day staple cultural event set for March 24th and 25th returns bigger and better with a Junkanoo rush out and live entertainment headlined by the country's top performing artist, a culinary feast, contests and traditional games, a farmer's market, and authentic souvenir craft. Tourism officials boast that Long Island is renowned across the Bahamas for its delectable mutton dishes, and this year's Mutton Festival won't disappoint, as there will be close to a dozen vendors with a variety of native dishes and beverages to choose from, like mutton souse, curried mutton, baked mutton, mutton kebabs, mutton fried rice, and mutton fritters. The festival opens with a farmer's market featuring a wide array of the island's produce and authentic souvenir craft. On time now for a check on Family Island weather, and for that we turn to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makisha. We have a few clouds this evening. Temperature a warm 84 degrees. Relative humidity 63%. The winds out of the west-northwest at 15 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,013.3 millibars. That's 29.92 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 78 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Greentoul, Key, and Marshall, Barbacoa. The Berry Islands at 81. Alistown, Bimini, 78 degrees, 79 in Harbor Island. Rock, Sunny, Lutra, 81 degrees. Black Point, Exuma, 84. Also, Kemp Space on Andros at 84 degrees. And Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 83 degrees. Otterstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rum Key, 79. 80 degrees in Georgetown, Exuma. 81s in Ragged Island, Clarence, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Megwana, 80 degrees. Acklands, 80. Matthew, Nago, 82. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 79 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center in the northwestern islands. Tonight, the winds are going to be southwest to west at 10 to 15 knots. Wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. However, we're still maintaining caution flags, and that due to northerly swells along the north and eastern coast of the islands of the Bahamas. And then in the central and southeastern islands, those winds southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots. Wave heights 2 to 4 feet. However, caution flags once again remain in place for the central and southeastern islands on the north and eastern coast of our islands. And then Tuesday, in the northwestern islands, the winds become westerly at 10 to 15 knots. That's during the morning hours, just ahead of an arriving cold front. By afternoon, that frontal system goes through. The winds will swing out of the northwest, increasing in speeds 12 to 18 knots. Wave heights initially 2 to 4 feet, building 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. Low tide takes place at 7:43 in the morning, with the high tide at 1:27 in the afternoon in the central and southeastern islands. On Tuesday, southwest winds at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. And then for all areas on Wednesday, the winds become northeast to east at 10 to 15 knots. They will be increasing 15 to 20 knots, so caution flags go up for all areas of the Bahamas on Wednesday. Low tide takes place at 8:50 in the morning, with the high tide at 2:34 in the afternoon. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
It's your honorary pump attendant here to educate you on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Here's what you don't do. Do not pull up from the pump without first checking that the nozzle has been removed from your car. Because if you pop this, that's about $600,000 to $30,000 to replace. These things ain't cheap. What you want to do is make sure that the nozzle has been removed, or just wait for the universal sign, which is the double tap.
Coming this March 12th through 19th, the Church of God of Prophecy Bahamas will host its 97th biennial National Convention under the theme, Go Ye Therefore Reconciling the World to Christ. Come hear anointed singing. There will be times of singing old hymns of faith. Come hear music with spirit by the world-famous Bahama Brass Band and Junior Band. Hear anointed preaching by various international and national leaders of the Church of God of Prophecy. On Monday night, the Church of God of Prophecy's National Bishop, Dr. Franklin M. Ferguson, will deliver his annual address. On Sunday, March 19, there will be a convention parade. The streets will be lit up with the sound of music with spirit from the Church of God of Prophecy various bands. This will be a grand celebration you do not want to miss. Also, there will be a live radio and television broadcast. The Rhema word will be delivered by the presiding bishop, Bishop Dr. Timothy Coulter of the United States of America. For more details and convention highlights, check out the Church of God of Prophecy Bahamas Facebook page. The windows of heaven will be open and blessings will pour down this March 12th through 19 at the Church of God of Prophecy 97th Biennial National Convention.
Wednesdays just got a whole lot better. Introducing Whopper Wednesdays at Burger King Nassau. Get a flame-grilled Whopper for only $5.50, including VAT. Yes, you heard that right. This Wednesday, you can indulge in the classic flame-grilled Whopper you love, made your way for only $5.50. Stop by your favorite Burger King Nassau location this Wednesday and enjoy a Whopper for only $5.50. Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
Bahamian
Bahamians are rediscovering Grand Bahama through immersive staycation experiences at Lighthouse Point Grand Lucaya. Pamper yourself at our Senses Spa or savor exotic cocktails by the sea. Unwind and enjoy serenity, 18 holes of golf, fine dining, romance, business conventions and meetings, grand outdoor events. For Bahamas resident rates at Lighthouse Point, call 242-373-1333 or WhatsApp message 827-8195.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your Monday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports news with the 50th Carif. The track and field games are right around the corner. Several of the country's top junior athletes set to compete this weekend to ratify their positions on the team that will represent the 242. This at the 2023 High School National / Carif The Trials at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. The event being organized by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, Ministry of Education, as well as the B3As.
I take this opportunity as well to encourage all student athletes competing in this joint meet to remain focused, optimistic, determined, and motivated. I implore all student athletes to continue to be the best athletes that you can be on the track and on the field.
Now, the merging of the two events has left persons asking what led to the decision. B3A's President Jamaica Archer explaining the rationale behind the move.
Well, the idea was to ensure that every family island would have had an opportunity to come to trials, to be able to compete at the high school nationals on a level playing field. So this is the first time that it's happened, and it's an opportunity now to have an integrated one track and field championship.
And after 2 days of intense competition at the one and only Ocean Club Golf Course over Paradise Island, the Bahamas Golf Federation crowning several champions across 8 divisions, including 2 national champions on the girls' and boys' sides. A look at the standings. On the girls' side, winning the girls' 13U division would be Ayana Hernandez, shooting a 108 over the 2 days. And winning the girls' U18 division after a one-hole playoff would be Taisha Tynes, shooting a 194 over the 2 days of competition. Winning the boys' 13U division would be William Mihalis, shooting a 97 over the 2 days. In the boys' 15U, the champion there would be Jackson McTaggart, would emerge victorious, scoring a 159 over the 2 days of competition. And emerging as the boys' junior national champion after winning the U18 division would be Alex DePuch, who would score a 158 over the 2 days.
Day 2 was, I wouldn't say it was bad, just a few holes what messed me up, but I really was holding on in there. Through the whole round, I was just trying to do my best from start to finish.
Over the 2 days, it was very rough. It was a lot of stiff competition. It was very hard trying to hit over the waters and hitting hard enough to make it over, but I did it and I'm here now.
I think I played pretty good, but on the last few holes I played not so good, so I think I can improve on that.
I thought my performance was pretty good for the conditions. The conditions were tricky, it was windy, the wind died down a little, but the greens were fast, so overall I was pretty happy on how I played.
I mean, results is really, really good. I mean, winning it, especially my last year playing, is something that I'm pretty happy about. I know I wasn't hitting my ball the greatest coming into the week, so I knew I had to string together a couple putts just to grind my way around the golf course. And Aiden, who I was playing with, he made it really, really tough for me. I ended up winning by 1, which is not a lot, so I just had to mentally stay in it the entire day.
A tough night for Great Britain on Sunday as they matched up with Canada in the World Baseball Classic. The two teams combined to score 26 runs, a tournament high for runs scored in the game, with Canada winning 18-8. Canada's tally also tied the record for most runs from a single team in the Classic, being contested for the 5th time this year, which earned them a mercy rule victory after 7 innings. For the Bahamians competing for Great Britain, a look at the stat lines. Shabazz Young would go 1 for 2 with 3 runs scored and 3 stolen bases. Trace Thompson 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI. BJ Murray Jr. would go 1 for 2 with a run. Deshaun Knowles would go 1 for 3 with an RBI. Britain will now face Colombia and Mexico, with all Pool C games being played at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. The Bahamas Flag Football League opening up its 2023 campaign yesterday at the field of Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. On the women's side, it would be a tough defensive battle between the new-look Phoenix Fire and the Lady Assassins. The Fire would get into the win column to start the season, escaping with a 6-zip victory.
It was a very defensive game. I mean, you know, it was a tough challenge. It's the first time this team has actually played as a unit in the league. And so, hey, being our first game, I think they did pretty well. Some of our big plays got called back, but hey, that's how it happens in the play, in the player game. But nonetheless, they fought through it. We fought through everything that went on during the game and came up with it.
On the men's side, it will be a rivalry renewed, one as fierce as any on the local sports scene. The defending champions on the men's side, the Carroll Contractor Avengers, will look to start their two-peat campaign against perennial powerhouse, the Seven Seas Predators. This one would not be as much of a contest as advertised. The Avengers would come out flat to start the season, and the Predators, they would take advantage of their prey, winning 21-0.
Hey, the guys came to play today. We never take Avengers lightly. I mean, they're our arch nemesis. They stung us in the playoffs last year in the summer. So, game plan was simple. We just come out, play our game, play smart. And I was stressing that to the guys. Don't allow the referees or anybody to interfere, with your gameplay. They did a good job, I thought.
And that's when we look at your sports on this Monday. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Shopping online isn't new to the market, but gaining access to affordable healthcare products at the click of a button is the greatest customer experience. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies Limited gives access to a complete customer journey, from shopping in our retail store on 9th Terrace, Centerville, to shopping online at your convenience from work or from the